Hola.
Is this the translator?
Sí.
That's so cool. I don't know.
Me da miedo esto.
¿Qué pasa?
La cerveza abierta.
No, tranqui, Jair.
I'm so nervous.
Hola.
We have a translator. That's so cool.
Vamos a esperar un momento a ver si funciona el traductor.
Oh, see, this is... When I speak, they're gonna have to change it from English to Spanish.
No me reconoce. Ahí está. Bueno, gracias por haber venido, a pesar de la lluvia. Gracias a Musikabulegoa por el apoyo. Y les voy a contar un poco cómo vamos a hacer la dinámica. Vamos a dividir el meeting en 2 bloques. El primer bloque está más enfocado a colectivos y el segundo bloque está más enfocado a venues. Primero voy a hacer que se presenten. Tenemos a Julia del Colectivo Lágrima, a Berushka de Me Siento Extraña, a Eude Sosancaboclo de Dengo, okay, y a Jolie de Sexy Lady Massive. Si quieren introducirse, cada uno, contar sus proyectos.
Vale. Bueno, yo vengo en representación del Colectivo Lágrima. Es un colectivo que nació en Madrid. Somos 4 componentes. Y empezamos haciendo unas fiestas en Madrid, una serie de fiestas, porque veíamos que había una falta de unos ciertos espacios públicos, tanto de públicos como de música. Y bueno, debido a circunstancias vitales, también de las circunstancias de los clubes en Madrid, hemos ido transformándonos más en un colectivo que hace eventos de tarde, sesiones de escucha con visuales, performance y bueno, un poco al final mezclar diferentes disciplinas conectadas al final, siempre con la música electrónica.
Bueno, yo vengo en representación de Me Siento Extraña. Quiero ver cómo lo traduce. Quiero saber si dice I feel weird.
A todo esto me olvidé decir que estamos usando este programa que, bueno, esperemos que traduzca todo bien, capaz que pone algo un poco bizarro. Vale, eso.
Es un poco abstracto. Bueno, nos fundamos en 2021. Mi pareja y yo comenzamos a través de una residencia en un bar en el centro de Barcelona que se llama Candy Darling. Nos propusieron hacer una noche para lesbianas los lunes, quiero decir, los lunes. El resto de días pertenecían al resto del colectivo, con lo que dijimos, bueno, vamos a ver cómo planteamos esto, cómo nos apropiamos de esta noche y lo hacemos que sea algo interesante para las personas del colectivo. Al poco tiempo nos dimos cuenta que decir que era una noche de lesbianas era muy corto y no representaba realmente nuestros valores y cómo veíamos el mundo. Así que al muy poco tiempo comenzamos a utilizar lo que son las siglas FLINTA. Sentíamos que era más inclusivo, que tenía más sentido albergar identidades que tampoco tienen espacio, así como también las lesbianas. Y a partir de ahí esto nos llevó, en esta residencia que tenemos, que hacemos más eventos culturales, que presentamos libros, proyectos, queremos ser como un recipiente que alberga inquietudes también, conversatorios, cosas que nos interceptan bueno, y que sean de nuestro interés. A través de ahí surgió el hacer propuestas nocturnas, propuestas más club. Y bueno, llevamos 4 años haciendo un poco de todo, intentando tener presencia en distintos ámbitos, en distintos clubs, en distintos eventos culturales. Y creo que somos un colectivo que está siempre en constante construcción. que desde que comenzamos siendo de una forma y ha ido, para mi opinión, evolucionando y hemos ido enriqueciéndonos también gracias a, bueno, lo que es el colectivo y las personas que nos rodean.
My name is Saint. I started a project in Lisbon with my friends. It was supposed to be just something for my friends. And then after our first party, we noticed there was a big lack of African and Latin people DJing in the city. But the the funny part was that Lisbon is a place where African and Latin music has one of like the biggest scenes, and all of the DJs were white and Portuguese. So at some point we started to question if there should be a space where people from from that culture are also the people DJing and like the faces that people see on stage. And then we decided to also link that with the fact that we're all queer people and there was not a lot of queer spaces that were doing Latin and African music, because most of like queer parties in Lisbon were doing techno and we wanted to go kind of against the wave. um, and then after that we decided to open our space to like more people and to welcome more people. And right now we're working in this thing of like bringing to the dance floor a teaching moment to people and for people to understand that everyone is welcomed, at the same time that it is important to show people who should be representing those styles. And right now we're having an amazing year, closing deals with some major festivals that do care about what we're trying to teach. And it's been 3 years since we started. We've been working with a lot of great things that we believe that are going to change the night scene, and we're trying to implement that in clubs. We were the first party in Lisbon to have a free trans list to try to promote uh, party to trans people and try to have more trans bodies on the dance floor. So we have a trans list where every trans person and non-binary people and gender non-conforming people can sign up to and enter for free to learn a bit more or to just dance, to have a moment there. And we're also the first party to have uh, black and low income, which is for black people in Lisbon. They are suffering from the fact that the country is a bit racist and they don't have a lot of jobs opportunities, but they still want to go out on the weekend and enjoy that. And we're trying to bring all of that, and we're lucky to make it happen and to have many people that support it. And yeah, today I'm here, and that's it.
Hello, I'm Jolie. I run Sexy Lady Massive. And what that is there's two halves to it. There's events and there's the performance as well. We started doing events because when I was 18 and I started going to the club, I was like, why can't everybody just keep their hands to themselves? I don't like being touched when I don't want to be touched. And it was a reoccurring issue. So I wanted to create a space where people like me can come together and celebrate each other in whatever way we want to show up, in however many clothes that we want to wear, and celebrate a lineup of women DJs and women MCs, because not just in the UK, I think everywhere, as you also said, there is a bit of a problem where when we look on the stage, the people that we see are straight white men, and also behind the scenes, it's a lot of straight white men. So the parties that we put on, only people that identify as women could come to, and only people that identify as women can perform. We only had people that identify as women on the bar, and we only had people that identify as women as security, because we want to show, if I can put on an event with only women, why can't you put one woman or two women or three women on your lineup or in your event? There's no excuse. This developed, we kept doing events and it went really well. The community really liked it. There was obviously a lot of people that were really upset, but I think that demonstrated why we needed to have a space where we can feel safe. We can put our drink down and look away and not worry about it when we come back to it. And that's not to say that women can't do bad things, because women can do bad things. But from my personal experience and the women in my life, the root of the issue a lot of the time in the nightlife scene has been men. So there's a few reasons why we started that event. And now, at the moment, me and my friends who do this event, we've been going out on tour in the UK with some of our friends, and we perform at other events as a collective to show that, like, if my friend wants to wear a tracksuit, or if I want to wear a bikini, or if whatever I want to wear, it doesn't matter, because we're really talented and we play really good music, and whatever we look like or however we dress, it doesn't matter, because it's about the music and it's about respecting each other. So that's what I do.
Vale. Nada, ahora que escucho los 4 proyectos, siento que están como muy conectados con vuestras identidades. Entonces también me gustaría saber cómo piensan que, bueno, si es que piensan que los clubs pueden generar impacto en las comunidades y de qué manera lo generan este impacto. ¿Qué piensan?
¿Quiero responder? Can you ask that again in English?
Again? Yes. I ask if you think the clubs generate impact in the communities. Yes, in what way you think Sexy Lady impact or help the community?
I think that what we put into our community, not just for the ravers, we create a safe space for people to come and dance, because there's girls that will message me and say, thank you so much, because I'm in an abusive relationship and the only reason my boyfriend will let me go out to this night is because there's no men. And even though that shouldn't be an issue, the fact that there's someone, like even one person, that can feel safe or that can come and dance with us and escape something that is going on in the outside world, that's enough for me. But aside from that, I think that my project actually scares a lot of people, because it puts into context that there is actually no excuse. I think that my project shows we aren't afraid to be loud or to be controversial or to make noise. And while it intimidates some people into doing the right thing, because they know that I will at them on my Instagram story if they don't do the right thing, I think it also inspires some people, because when you haven't seen an example of how something should be, or you see an example of something that you think, wow, I can take something from that to put into my own work, I think that I don't want all events to be ladies only. I don't want that. I just want people to be more aware and more intentional with the nights they put on about being inclusive, because I think a lot of people say, oh, but I don't want to book someone just because they're a woman or just because they're black. But change doesn't happen unless we are thinking about making change. So I think it's important to be intentional, and our space is a very intentional space. So I feel like that has kind of made waves into our community, because there have been like queer spaces that have been inspired by us, or nights where everyone is welcome to come, but the lineup is still just women. And although like some might even say that we are extremists, but like if you even just take a watered down version of that to create some sort of balance, that's all that we can ask, and that's all our desired effect on the community is.
See, maybe if want to continue for the translate and then.
Oh yeah, or
Yes, because it's
100%.
a bit messy.
I was ready, sorry.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. I feel like what we need to always remember is that whenever we throw a party, we're not just throwing a party, and whenever a club is doing a nightclub, it's just not a nightclub. We're hosting people right there. There's like human bodies right there. So whenever they come to an event, the experience that they have do impact everyone inside of it, either positively or negatively. That's just how it goes. And parties like the ones that we are doing and the concepts that we are doing might not be as welcoming, but they do bring to the people that come a message about them being seen or about them being represented in that space. And to the other people that come and might not be part of those communities, they're also being exposed to something that they should learn. In a way, clubbing to me has been a very learning experience. I started to go to clubs when I was 15 against my parents' will. But unfortunately, they could not stop me, and I've been clubbing for that long. And every night that I went out and that they played a song from my country, for example, I felt seen right there. And whenever I would go out and I would see people that look like me on stage, that made me feel seen. And whenever I felt that that could be my reality, that's when I decided to go after it. If I didn't see Brazilian DJs or gay DJs on stage, I wouldn't be here. So that's how it impacted me. And then whenever you throw events like that, when someone feels that they might not belong somewhere, when those communities feel that they might not belong somewhere, in that place they do belong. And whenever other people that are not part of those communities are there, they seen that those communities exist, that they should be respected, that there is a space for them, that all of those things are like real. They're not just concepts on a book, but they're actual human beings on a space. And whenever we throw parties like this, we're not just throwing parties for people to come in and be around other people that look alike and drink and have fun. I mean, we do drink and have a lot of fun, but you go out and you do see that there's more people like you. You go out and you leave feeling that you should respect more people like that. My experience with trans people, for example, changed a lot based on clubbing, simply clubbing. I was exposed to so much things in the club and so many different people and so many different perspectives and bodies and everything there's like inside there, that it changed my mind forever and changed the way that I respect people and the way that I go about people on my day-to-day base. So club owners and event producers, they need to remember that the message that they set there might live with someone and might change the way that people see other people outside. And that's it.
A mí me viene también mucho a la cabeza con esta pregunta, es que estos espacios que creemos pequeños y que, bueno, que son, está claro que son para unas minorías, al final tienen un impacto porque, por ejemplo, nosotras en nuestra propuesta damos muchísimo espacio a que artistas que recién comienzan o que ya tienen un tiempo se puedan expresar artísticamente, que puedan ser libres de expresarse como quieren, de tener un público y una audiencia que les entiende y que realmente les apoya, no solo a nivel de su propuesta musical o artística, sino también a nivel personal, porque para nosotras también, como dice, somos personas y exponernos a pinchar o a performar o a rapear o a lo que sea es una parte de ti que tú te dejas en frente de otras personas y es un challenge para según qué personas exponerse a espacios así. Y creo que nuestros espacios también, algo que es muy bonito, es que generan como esta fuerza de poder exponerse también a otros espacios, como sentirse más seguros, sentirse que son escuchadas, sentirse que pertenecemos a un lugar donde la gente realmente aprecia lo que haces, que nunca te van a desvalorar por ser una persona trans o una persona migra o una persona queer o lo que sea, ¿no? Y algo que yo he visto en los últimos años, al menos en lo que nuestra realidad respecta en Barcelona, es que al final los colectivos queer que están haciendo sus fiestas autogestionadas, sin casi budget, haciendo lo que puedes con los recursos que tienes, están generando un impacto en lo que es el club, en la escena, digamos, más mainstream, porque esto nos ha llevado a que estos clubs y estos festivales y estas propuestas se interesen por lo que estamos haciendo. A veces tenemos las dudas de si es realmente para hacer el check de, vale, estamos incluyendo a gente queer, estamos incluyendo a gente flinta, estamos incluyendo a gente racializada en nuestros line-ups, o si es porque realmente se están dando cuenta de que nuestras propuestas, digo los colectivos queer que están en Barcelona, son propuestas súper ricas, súper interesantes, con muchísimos sonidos de muchísimas partes del mundo, gente que no tiene miedo a expresarse, no sé, que estamos haciendo como cosas muy bonitas, y eso creo que al final nos está dando como muchísima más fuerza y muchísima visibilidad, con lo que creo que todos estos colectivos que estamos aquí estamos haciendo como un trabajo de base para que muchos artistas que pertenecen a, digamos, bueno, para los colectivos también tengan más visibilidad, con lo que yo creo que tiene también muchísimo impacto, más allá de lo que hacemos en nuestros colectivos, en nuestras fiestas, con nuestros protocolos, con nuestras políticas de entrada, sino también lo que esto supone para las artistas y las personas que performan en nuestros espacios.
Bueno, respecto a la pregunta de si los clubs pueden influir en cambios, digamos, definitivamente sí. Al final son espacios en los que se confluyen muchas personas diferentes y, bueno, gracias a colectivos como los que tenemos aquí representados, porque yo creo que, por ejemplo, mi proyecto no está tan relacionado con el club, sí que con las expresiones, y al final sí que enriquece lo que dice ella, pues escenas de una ciudad, de la gente pues tiene proyectos y encuentran su lugar donde presentarlos y sentirse aceptados, apoyados y al final pues respetados de alguna forma. Y sí que al final en el ambiente en el que, por ejemplo, yo me relaciono en Madrid, es todo gente queer y inevitablemente es el público que viene, porque pues los artistas que buqueamos al final, sin tenerlo en cuenta ni nada, ¿sabes? O sea, obviamente sí teniéndolo en cuenta, pero para nosotras ya es algo como muy naturalizado. Yo creo que haciendo eventos de este estilo, lo que haces es simplemente naturalizarlo y promover como este tipo de aceptación y sí, o sea, tampoco tengo mucho más que añadir respecto al club porque ya hemos comentado.
¿Y creen que como que esto sí o sí tiene que ser una meta a conseguir con los colectivos? O sea, hablo más en general, o sea, sé que los de ustedes sí, claramente, por todo lo que acaban de explicar, pero si creen que debería ser un objetivo que necesariamente todos los colectivos, para formar un colectivo y para hacer cosas, deberían tener como esta meta de generar un impacto en la comunidad, no sé.
Bueno, yo creo que inevitablemente lo generas porque al final estás haciendo un espacio que claramente no existe, con lo que creo que el impacto que tienen todos los colectivos es positivo, porque de alguna manera desafía la norma, desafía la forma de salir. No sé, no me acuerdo quién decía cuando estábamos detrás que decía que hace mucho tiempo como que no iba a clubs y que ahora que hay como todo este nuevo movimiento de más ocupación de lo queer en clubs está saliendo más o algo así. Entonces está claro de que son espacios que se necesitan, porque necesitamos tener espacios donde, y apoyo a ella, necesitamos espacios donde también sentirnos seguras de salir, de poder estar cómodas, con lo que creo que la necesidad está, lo ves con la gente que viene y las personas que siguen nuestros proyectos y que de alguna manera Al final un colectivo o lo que sea pueden ser 2, 3, 4, 5 personas, pero para mí no es las personas que hacemos el evento, sino todo lo que se genera alrededor, que es como una familia que también es parte de lo que estás haciendo, que se sienten agradecidos porque igual alguien está poniendo las energías de hacer esto, con lo que creo que es algo como muy comunitario y muy necesario. Y que por otro lado siento que también tiene muchas pegas a nivel de lo que nos cuesta económicamente, lo que nos cuesta de poner energía, de la retribución económica que hay o lo que sea, que es muy difícil, es muy riesgoso muchas veces. También, yo qué sé, pues poner dinero de tu bolsillo, perderlo o lo que sea, por apostar todo para la comunidad, pero bueno, creo que al final lo que recibes en amor y en gratitud de lo que se está creando y las caras de la gente cuando está en estos espacios, para mí es como, bueno, ya me recuperaré en otro momento económicamente, pero creo que lo estamos haciendo bien, aunque sea para la gente. Maybe you had that experience.
100%, every month.
Yo solo lo que quería remarcar aquí es un poco al final, porque estamos hablando desde una perspectiva de la noche y del club como un junte, un encuentro, una expresión, pero claro, o sea, al final, como digamos más normativamente está concebido, es más bien como un lugar, pues salir, te tomas algo, te pones un poco borracho, vas a escuchar música, te da igual lo que suene y como que si ligas con alguien, pues mejor y ya está, ¿sabes? O sea, me refiero que nosotros, todo este discurso está muy enfocado con esta mira más artística / queer / sí, comunidades.
Y política.
Política, exacto. Entonces, bueno, creo que lo más importante de todo esto sería, pues, al final, generalizar como todas estas visiones y estos encuentros que fueran como, que se generalizara esta visión del club y de la noche, porque al final mucha gente no se siente representada en la noche, pues porque, bueno, por temas de seguridad, por temas de, pues no hay música que yo quiera escuchar, y que tampoco tiene que ser algo que sea la norma la noche al final, porque sí que es verdad que hay unos ciertos peligros y es así, y no tendríamos que por qué estar obligados a exponernos a ellos, digamos, de alguna forma, ciertas personas, para tener estos medios de expresión, de alguna forma. Y nada, bueno.
Sí.
Un poco
Sí,
quería hacer esta aclaración.
Sí, nada, me parece bien. Sí, un poco también con esto que decían, es como a la hora de planificar una oferta de programación, como en qué piensan, ¿no? Que me imagino que en su público, pero bueno, si hay algo más allá, aparte de, no sé, sobre todo también Lágrima, que siento que, bueno, esto, como que trata de tener programación alternativa, si se quiere, o no sé
Sí,
si
como
querés-
más de tarde
Sí.
al final, un poco. Sí que es verdad que pues al final pues viene mucha gente, sobre todo más jóvenes, todo el mundo así más zoomer, que no le gusta tanto como quizá salir, el rock and roll, beber y todo este tipo de cosas. Entonces sí que encuentran ahí como sus espacios, de alguna forma, their baby's throne. ¡Wow! Sí, pero ¿cuál era la pregunta? Perdón.
¿En qué pensabas a la hora de programar?
Sí, pues un poco, a ver, en nuestra programación era más bien poner mucho la música en el punto de mira de los eventos, al final, darle una parte muy central y hacer un ambiente pues muy atento, de escucha y de alguna forma también cómodo y cozy, ¿sabes? O sea, más bien era nuestro proyecto y, vamos, nuestra razón principal, de alguna forma. Pero lo que digo, ¿sabes? O sea, como que nosotros nunca hemos querido ponerles la etiqueta queer de alguna forma porque nos parecía injusto, ¿sabes? De alguna forma. No utilizar lo que dice Veruska, ¿sabes? Como un poco como, bueno, pues hacemos el check. Obviamente sí que nos consideramos así, pero sin haberlo buscado, o sea, es el público que tenemos y es lo que somos de alguna forma, pero sí.
Y en el caso, Verushka, tuyo, que también me parece muy curioso los eventos que organizan porque son muy variados en cuanto a la oferta, entonces también como un poco si querés explicar en qué piensan a la hora de programar cosas y también explicar un poco los diferentes eventos que tienen.
Bueno, como tenemos también distintos formatos, como dice Mariel, tenemos este evento de los lunes, donde queremos que ya que tenemos un espacio en el centro de Barcelona, que es muy cómodo de llegar y que es bastante accesible, que la programación la hacemos conjunta con la comunidad. Muchas veces se nos acercan personas de, hey, comencé un proyecto, comencé un colectivo, me gustaría que tuviese más visibilidad, quisiera alcanzar a otras personas, porque al final pues una limitante que tenemos en las redes sociales es que alcanzas a la gente que te sigue y ya está. Con lo que también creo que esta ayuda mutua y estos proyectos como de co-creación donde también nos ayudamos un poco, creo que tiene que ver también mucho con lo queer. Y al final, pues, nosotros tenemos este espacio que está abierto para cualquier persona que esté haciendo algo dentro de la comunidad, porque también nos damos cuenta de que lo queer no solo se puede reducir a la noche y a la música, también hay gente haciendo poesía, también hay gente escribiendo libros de, no sé, hay muchísimas cosas que están pasando dentro de lo queer, que también es interesante ver y sacarlas un poco de lo que vemos detrás de las pantallas, podernos ver, podernos tocar, poder escuchar a la persona, o gente que está en la música que igual lanza un tema y tienes 24 horas en tus stories y tal, y luego ya fue el tema, ya se lo olvidó a la gente y ya está, ya pasó el olvido. El ver a la persona que está creando o cómo produce una persona, Flinta en este caso para nosotras, en su casa, cuáles son los challenges que tiene una persona con estas condiciones para crear o para producir en un entorno que es mayoritariamente hombre cis. Entonces también nos gusta dar estos espacios y hay una cosa que también hacemos, que es parte como de nuestro core, es un proyecto que se llama She's Not a DJ, donde ofrecemos espacio a personas que no son DJs, que quieren comenzar o se quieren lanzar y que les da miedo lanzarse a un club y igual dicen, wow, esto es too much para mí. Se pueden venir ahí, traen sus amiguis, te sientes como respaldado por una gente que le va a dar igual si no haces un buen beat matching. En verdad nos da igual esto, el beat matching, esto es de señores. Pero que al final por algún lugar hay que comenzar y que es divertido como poder tener esta experiencia de un mini club en un entorno que te va a querer, que te va a apoyar. Y también nuestro colectivo nunca se ha querido casar con un estilo en particular de música porque para mí, en mi opinión, lo siento obsoleto. Para mí hay una riqueza increíble. Yo soy una persona de Latinoamérica, pero pincho más trance, pincho más house, pero tengo amigas latinoamericanas que pinchan Latin Club y quiero que vengan, quiero poder escuchar reggaetón, quiero poder escuchar deconstruct, quiero poder escuchar house, quiero poder escuchar todo porque creo que al final nuestro centro no es tanto, aunque hay una curaduría musical muy importante, creo que lo que más nos importa a nosotras es que el espacio sea, que la dirección del espacio sea para la comunidad. Por eso estamos abiertas a que distintos sonidos ocurran y la gente, la verdad es que lo toma bien y lo agradecen, les gusta porque entienden que como que hay una confianza sobre las propuestas que hay y sobre las artistas que hay, con lo cual, no sé, para mí me parece como lindo podernos abrir a todos estos estilos, incluso hacemos noches de ambient, que a mí me encanta el ambient y en un club igual el
Karaoke
ambient.
también.
Karaoke también. A la gente le encanta cantar Britney Spears, todas estas cosas, entonces pues vamos a darle su espacio. Así que, bueno, más que nada nuestras premisas para las personas que performan depende muchísimo del tipo de evento que estemos organizando. La verdad es que somos muy open y queremos seguir siendo así, como tener esta flexibilidad y a través de las personas que se acercan a nosotros también abrirnos a nuevos sonidos, a nuevas propuestas, porque al final solo quedarse con una para mí es como, no sé, no, es estancarse para mí.
And what you have in mind to program Sexy Lady and Dengo?
I have no idea. We just finished a very great year. We still haven't had a meeting about it. We're able to do something very great this year. We're able to donate a portion of the money that we made this year to a black queer woman that is designing clothes. And we want to use our platform. We gain a lot of followers because of music. So we want to use our page on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere, TikTok, whatever we have, to promote her brand. And we want to make that a 2-year thing. So we're very focused on the club. We're trying to find ways to bring that funding from club to other spaces or to other places. Because to be 100% honest, we're very focused on music. I DJ Soya, which is the other person that is running Dengo with me. She's a promoter and a booker for a lot of other DJs in Lisbon. So we're very focused on the night scene. We're trying to find ways to bring that funding or that energy or that power that we're able to bring with nightclub to other spaces. But we're trying to find hands to do that. We're not doing it ourselves. We're trying to find people out there. They're queer. They're doing fashion or poetry or books or anything else. So we could fund them because that's the way that we could help people more, since we cannot be as involved as we used to.
Yeah, going forward with our programming, I think our focus has now shifted to how can we build up the next generation of women to take over from those who have inspired us. So although we love to dance, I love to party, I DJ, I MC, so I love all of it. I think that it's important to want to share the stage and share the space, and because of what we do, it's not just for the ravers and the community, it's also to show artists this is how you should be getting treated, this is how promoters should be talking to you, this is how they should be behaving around you. There's a certain standard and level of professionalism that I think that we all deserve, or just kindness and respect. And we like to, when we book artists, we like to try and represent to them what we think that they should look for when working with people in the outside world. And moving forward, we're definitely have got in the works some workshops where that we have invited in the first ever black female jungle MC to come and teach this new generation of female MCs how can we improve, how can we get to where she was, because I have found that as a woman I have had to go above and beyond to be recognized, because a lot of time certain people who look a certain way will get away with mediocrity because of their privilege. And I have found that as a woman of colour, I can't be mediocre. I don't want to be mediocre. We have to go above and beyond as women. And I just want to find ways to support my community, to find how best can we get you up on the big stage, because I got into DJing when I saw a girl DJ, which I love, and I was like, whoa, you are so cool and I want to be like you. And if we can put more women on the stage and we have women in the crowd saying, whoa, that could be me, that's just even if it's one person that's inspired, I think that the more women we put on stages, the more women that will be inspired to get on the stage. And it's not just about the stage as well. It's we have people messaging us asking to do internships with us. I'm like, babe, I just turned 21. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning on the job. I don't know what's going on. But like, when we put more women behind the scenes, like, I think that's really important, because if a man is programming a night, because of his privilege, he may not think, have we got any black women on this? Have we got any queer people on this? Is the line, how diverse is our lineup? And the more women we have behind the scenes, it's just about building that community, because women actually don't just care about women. We do care about other people as well, believe it or not. But it's like, yeah, just building that community for all of us and laying the stage for more talent to come through, because there's so many talented women and a lot of them are overlooked.
No, sí, igual sí. Porque me quedé con cosas que decir respecto a nuestra programación. Sí, nosotras nos centramos bastante en proyectos nacionales de música electrónica, más bien experimental. Entonces lo que intentamos hacer siempre es intentar ofrecer esos espacios a proyectos que no tienen este lugar en el territorio nacional, por lo general. Y lo solemos combinar con visuales. Normalmente siempre hay visuales en nuestros eventos. Y lo mismo, ¿sabes? Al final nos relacionamos con un montón de gente que se dedica al audiovisual, que quieren expresarse, que igual trabajan de camareros, de millones de cosas, o sea, y más bien es en lo que nos solemos centrar para nuestra programación, sobre todo gente que no ha podido exhibir sus proyectos antes, que encuentren ese espacio. Normalmente además lo hacemos en el Teatro Réplica en Madrid, que es un espacio que técnicamente está muy, muy, muy bien equipado, y entonces para un artista emergente tener este tipo de oportunidades y este tipo como de poder tener ese público y esa visibilidad, pues es bastante, no sé, fuerte para ellos, y es bastante gratificante en ese aspecto. Y
sí, justo viene hilado a la siguiente pregunta, que era un poco ver para cada proyecto qué importancia tenía el espacio, montar el espacio, o quizás contar con otros tipos de artistas que no sean los DJs, hablando en las noches más de clubbing. No sé, si cuentan con eso, con performers, desde qué necesidad o desde qué lugar se les ocurrió, por qué, bueno, eso que expliquen un poco.
To be honest, I feel like clubbing is dying. If it's not dead already, hopefully it's not, because I want to have a job. But clubbing I had the experience of working in Lisbon and Geneva, and clubbing sometimes can feel very much of the same. And I guess the magic that queer clubs can bring is not only like the music being different or having different people on stage, but it's that queer people have this, not this need, but this aura of performing. And we had so many DJs that would grab on the mic and start MCing, and we had other people that would be behind the DJ dancing. And at some point, we were just like, okay, if we have someone doing this for free, why not pay them? Because every time that we had, for example, ballroom dancers, which is something that we have a lot at Dengo Club, they would dance on stage, and sometimes it would look like they were working for us, because they were going to be there every night on stage performing. So it got to a point that we're just like, why not pay these people to be there and to do that if they are such a part of the night? And I think most of the clubs, they do not see performers as artists anymore, which kind of sucks. I love to see a DJ. I love to go out to see a DJ. But I also would love to have more of a performance side of it, to have people performing and showing different types of art and exposing me to different techniques of dancing that I might never understand, but I will be able to appreciate when I see it. And yeah, then after that, it was just like, okay, why not book MCs? Then after MCs was like, why not book singers now? And a lot of people are scared of having singers during a club night. And trust me, it works. Sometimes you might feel like having someone sing in the middle of the night is going to be a bad choice, but it's not. It's going to work really well. Um, and then at some point, it was just that. It was like artists need to hold each other's hands because we're all kind of dying together with clubbing. So every underground artist needs to respect each other. And then for us, it was just like, okay, if we spend this much money paying for a DJ, why not pay for dancers? Why not sometimes bring something different to the dance floor? Um, and yeah, and then after that, it was just easy because we were already doing something that was very different from what the clubs were doing, and then we're just like, okay, let's take the next step. And the next step was like doing all of that. We had singers, we had very slow singers at 3 a.m. and it worked, thank God, because I thought it was not going to work, but it did. We had rappers, we had so many things, and it's just that one moment during the night. And I think projects like the ones that we do, we shouldn't be scared of taking chances like that. And that's what's gonna keep clubbing alive. That's what keeps a community alive. Because most of those singers and MCs and rappers, they were in the crowd at some point, and now they're on stage with us. And that created like a very nice relationship between all of us. And in Lisbon, we all know each other. We all hang out with each other. We all support each other's parties and events. So that was like the good thing of bringing the performers and DJs and dancers and singers all together in like one place. Unfortunately, we are not doing poetry yet. I hope we can do that. That's definitely next step.
People love poetry.
People love poetry.
You will be
Sure.
surprised.
I'll be shocked. At 3 a.m. and be like, lay it down, lay it to everybody know.
It's a perfect closing for a night.
Could you repeat to me what was the question again?
Yes, if you think in your programmation some different kind of artists, not just DJing or MCs in your case, and just I don't know, like ethnographic performers, dance or other kind.
Yeah, so from our very first event, one of my friends who I started the project with is a stripper, and she does a lot of like cabaret and burlesque and all like pole dancing. And we wanted to bring something that separates us even further, that just makes you think like, wow, I was just expecting to go out and dance, but now there is a naked lady breathing fire in front of me. This is crazy. So we've always had like a very close relationship with like, okay, here's an hour of hardcore jungle, but let's take a breather and now watch this lady do like a fun sketch of, you know, she's a nurse and then there's like fluorescent paint flying everywhere, or here's some pole dancers. And I think that like a lot of what you said I really resonate with, because in my heart I am a performer. I grew up doing musical theatre, and like when I go to nights out and I see a full production with dancers and with this and with that, it just makes me feel like, wow, it makes me feel inspired as a promoter, as a raver, as an artist. It makes me want to do better. And like recently, as we've been performing as a collector, as a collective, we have just put together a dance troupe, and the way that it has elevated our performances is insane. We like the energy that the dancers give to the DJs and the MCs is infectious. And when we're all infected on the stage, everybody in the crowd is getting infected too. So like I do love these additional ways that we can support other people in our communities that may not be the people that are making the music or playing out the music, but they really enhance the music when we play it. Like I did a set the other day with the dancers, And the only videos I got sent was when the dancers were on the stage. Nobody cared when we were DJing or whatever. It was boring. And then the dancers come on and everyone's going crazy. So I think it is really important to reach out to these other areas in our community and kind of bring everyone together. And it just is really powerful, I think. Like, we're called Sexy Lady Massive because it's massive. Like, everyone can be a part of it. Like, if you in your heart feel like a sexy lady, you are part of the Sexy Lady Massive. And being a sexy lady isn't about what you look like or how you dress or where you come from or what color you are. It's about how you treat yourself, how you treat other people, and like the energy that you bring into a space. And yeah, when we collaborate with the other little departments in this industry, I think it's so much more powerful.
Bueno, no sé si alguien quiere decir algo más que no haya estado en las preguntas que hice. If you want to say something more, feel free. The questions are finished. Vale, si alguien del público también quiere hacer alguna pregunta, después de la segunda parte ya vamos a tener como la parte de preguntas, pero bueno, quizás alguien quiera aportar algo ahora puntualmente. No, bueno, hacemos después. Gracias por haber venido. Nada, estoy contenta de que vinieran.
Gracias por la invitación.
Increíble.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Buenas, ¿se me oye bien? ¿Se me entiende? Vale. Pues vamos con la segunda parte de las jornadas. Ahora hablaremos con las salas, tanto Spook como Poing y Panke Culture. Y nada, primeramente os pediría que os presentarais un poco, hablarais de vuestros proyectos, la vida en general, lo que queráis.
Bueno, yo soy David, soy director, socio y booker en Spook. Aparte también tengo otro club que se llama Oven, más pequeño. Gestiono también un par de festivales en Valencia y un sello discográfico, bueno, un montón de historias que podría contar. Pero bueno, vengo a hablar un poco más de Spook, que es un club muy grande, para unas 2000 personas, que abrimos todos los sábados, festivos, algún viernes también. Y bueno, encantado de estar aquí para comentar un poco cómo gestionamos todo esto.
Hello, I'm Erika. I'm running a Panke club in Berlin, and it is so. First of all, we transferred a location from 40 years abandoned place to the bar, outside terrace, a concert room, and the gallery. It is called as the River Panke, and we are on the bank of the river. And we do a very different program with musically, also like gallery events, so art and music. We have very diverse group of people working with a project, and it's existed for 14 years now.
My name is Mark. I'm here with Eve, my partner. We founded Poing Club together in Rotterdam. We started about 4 years ago. We both felt the need, the desire to start something that was different from the norm, the standard. There was a big gap in Rotterdam, especially in nightlife. So we felt the need to create a space that was pushing the boundaries within electronic music and was representing a big part of the queer community, queer artists, and not the commercial big mainstream music. We sadly had to close 8 months ago. More about that later. And now we continue as a collective. We organize events in Europe, and we also opened a artist agency. I don't know if you want to add.
We're still always open for a new venue.
Yeah,
That's something we've been on the lookout for, but it's a bit different. But the gap that we were trying to fill, and I guess we filled quite good, was something that's I guess evolved from us both of us not finding a place where we could feel safe, where we could feel included within nightlife. So this is a space that we try to create previously within the walls of the club that we once had, and now we try to bring this feeling towards other venues and other spaces, and and other things. Festival coming up next year, fun stuff coming up. Yeah.
Bien, pues vamos con el primer tema de este segundo bloque y iría un poco por cómo veis o qué papel deberían ejercer los espacios, o sea, los clubs, pero que son un espacio concreto, un lugar en el que se reúne la gente y vienen diferentes colectivos en torno a la inclusión de disidencias, ya sean políticas, ideológicas, género, etc., y cómo abordáis eso desde Sala, que acoge a colectivos.
A ver, en mi caso, al ser un club tan grande, es creo que un poco más complicado que los casos que han comentado aquí los compañeros, porque al final estamos como abiertos a mucho público, que es un poco nuestra guerra, ¿no? Cómo controlar esto en la entrada o o cómo controlas el público que quieres que esté dentro. Es complicado porque a veces la gente va un poco enmascarada, ¿no? Te puede pasar, nos ha pasado en casos que hemos tenido estos problemas dentro del club. Al ser un club para unas 2000 personas, pues al final siempre tienes que tener estas charlas con el equipo de seguridad. Entonces es complicado, pero cada día yo creo que la gente también se está acostumbrando más a estos espacios, ¿no? Espacios seguros donde puedas estar sin tener que estar preocupado, ¿no? En lo que pase. Entonces yo creo que es importante, ¿no? Que en el club, sobre todo en la electrónica un poco más underground, no quiero hablar de otros clubs un poco más comerciales y tal, pero que se comparta esto. Bajo mi punto de vista es un punto complicado, pero hay que trabajarlo durante todas las semanas, o sea, toda la primera hora de cada vez que abrimos, una charla con todos los seguridades, con todo el equipo del staff, sobre todo que la gente tenga mucha paciencia y saber un poco por dónde va enfocado todo.
Could you maybe say the question? It
Yeah.
wasn't. I mean, I know it's about inclusion, but how exactly?
Yeah, it's about what is the capacity of groups to develop dynamics of inclusion, and what do we mean when we talk about this concept in the club sphere?
So about the communities, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for all the speakers before, and that's exactly people I'm working with in the place, in the club, and we discussed in the backstage about the ongoing problems, and so that's probably also very important to know how big the clubs are. And I'm representing something which is like about 300 people, and that works perfectly in Berlin. And I think, so for me, inclusion, it's being simply open for people and just get involved them into the place. Not to be afraid. We have like a lot of problems with political situation right now, but we don't do any statements. We just like let in people. And so for us, 300 people, big club is working perfectly to get enough people who are in the network or community, and yeah, that's working in Berlin. It's again like probably it's a different situation in Spain or other cities. Like, what is going in yours?
Well, we used to have a venue it was quite a playful venue. It was actually next to an arcade, so retro arcade with game hall and everything. And the club space was actually 500 people altogether, so a basement and the main floor. But then sometimes we would do like a Poing XL, including the arcade, and then it would go up to 900 people. So yeah, I guess it's always a bit different, because if you want to have 900 people in your venue, you can be a bit less strict at the door. We do have a door policy, but it's actually quite an inclusive policy, I guess. Like, we just say that we are against any form of hatred, against any form of discrimination, queerphobia, homophobia, transphobia, etc., gender shaming, body shaming. We don't like all that, and regardless of that, everybody is welcome, unless you respect all of that. So yeah, I guess it's something we always emphasize, that people need to read our door policy before entering the space, and there is a door host just simply asking questions about our policy, and if people are aware on this, then be very welcome. And that also means there is also loads of cis white men entering the club, but they are there to also respect these other people, and it has been super interesting to have conversations with these exact men who would used to go to different spaces, who were not queer oriented at all, and they would actually come up to me and thank me at the end of the night, like, whoa, I learned so much being in this space tonight. And I guess that's all we ever wanted to create, like an inclusive space, literally including everybody, as long as you're respectful towards other people of any kind. And yeah, I guess that's what inclusion is for us.
Yeah, and I think it also goes beyond an inclusive crowd. I think if you want to be an inclusive space, it's also about your staff. You know, you have
Yep.
like your staff needs to be like inclusive, but also your programming needs to represent what your audience is. And what we did a lot at Poing was, I think, making sure that the space is never safe. I think we did a lot on the background in terms of social safety, creating an awareness team, training our security, like working on these protocols of making sure that the space was safer, but never, yeah, I mean,
You cannot guarantee safety
No.
ever because you never know exactly who's in.
yeah.
But you can at least.
But it's a
realize-
very big responsibility, so there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to be this safer space, and I think that's the biggest task for if you want to represent, you know, minorities such as like queer spaces and whatsoever. Yeah, I think that's what we did within our own team. Yeah.
Vale, pues seguimos con la siguiente cuestión que está bastante relacionada con esto, que sería cómo afrontáis el departamento el departamento de seguridad dentro de las salas.
There is a screen down here, by the way, so we're not.
Bueno, te lo pregunto a ti y luego ya le repito a ellos. Eso, ¿cómo afrontáis la contratación de seguridad, el equipo de seguridad, qué problemas tenéis, si hacéis alguna labor de educación, de cursos para ese personal?
Sí, a ver, siempre te cuesta moldar, ¿no? Nosotros llevamos ya en este club 5 años y los primeros años no abríamos todos los fines de semana, entonces hemos tenido ese espacio-tiempo los primeros 3 años de ir acoplando todo este equipo hasta que decidimos abrir todos los sábados. Un club tan grande era, para mi punto de vista, era muy complicado abrir todos los sábados. Entonces, durante todos esos 3 años hemos ido cambiando de muchos equipos de seguridad, donde, claro, pues imagínate, hay trotlulitas, o sea, es una barbaridad. Entonces, hasta que das con la clave, luego sí que pues tienes que cumplir un protocolo, ¿no? En el que sí que se dan unos cursos, creo que son 2 veces al año, donde sí que se exige, ¿no?, a todo el equipo de seguridad ir a este curso, o sobre todo a las personas nuevas que van entrando. Pero sí, nosotros nos sentimos con el deber de exigir todo esto a todo el equipo.
Okay, for you, the question is, how do you face the Department of Security in your clubs, and how do you take people to work in there, or which problems did you have with this group?
Yeah, so this is how this 300 people big club could function, and also our venue is in a very interesting area, which is not visited by any tourist, though it's in a very central place, and so we don't have any security. We have a security only when requested. Our security is people of color, and it's also representing a little bit more chilled atmosphere for everyone who is afraid of going to clubs to Berlin and seeing like all the cis men standing there scary and not letting. So we don't have security. If we have a security, is the people of also the networks and communities who are professional working people. All my staff is all completely diverse, queer people. We have Russians, Ukrainians, we have Palestinians and Jewish, and everyone working under one roof, and that is also helping to understand everybody's background and be as an awareness team in the place already. So we don't have security, we don't have to exclude anyone, and that's also about this area, because we don't have like anyone who is going there if they don't know where to go, and that's why we have very community-based area, and everybody feels safe just to enter it. If it is hip-hop guys who want to roll the joint just at the bar, or it is square communities which bring their communities in the club. And that's really naturally, without any building up the system, it became extremely diverse communities together coming into the safe place, which is also in the safe area. And that is also this kind of specific of Berlin, where you are ghettoized in your area, and if you live in Neukölln, you think that Wedding is somewhere in Brandenburg, though it's 20 minutes, and you would never go. And we have only really people who want to go to the events, and that makes the place very safe, actually. And this is how we worked, without any really implementing the systems, just simply giving the place for everyone. And everyone who is involved, workers, communities, we work with people organizers for 13 years now. And that's simply, yeah, we now, because of this super complicated times, I'm taking like talks about everything, and everything is becoming so completely complicated when in some point you come to dead end. And in the end, it's really simple. Just like really give a way, do it, and love it, and it works, and it's so simple. And people, when you talk to them, they go fuck yourself with your positivity, but it's really just stay positive, think like this, and go this direction, and it's really working. And without really making life complicated, we can all together live together. And I think that worked in our area for 14 years perfectly. And more years we work, more diverse we are, more diverse people are involved. And I think this is what love will save the world.
Yeah, I think in our case, when we talk about a safer space or a queer space, like working with security can be a very difficult thing, because you either hate them or you love them, and finding the right security is something that is very difficult and very hard. Like, we've went through so many security companies in Rotterdam. Like, we've worked, I think, with, I don't know, 10 different companies, and they all didn't pass the vibe check. So at some point, at some point we were like, okay, we have to do something about it, because we cannot invite all these beautiful, fun people and have some dickheads at the door that are not welcoming at all. So we decided to start our own security company, and we found two very amazing women to start with.
A mother and a daughter from Suriname, so two beautiful women of color who represented the security company in the essence, and then followed by only queer people, really. So we had a lesbian couple and a gay couple joining later on, and it was really nice to have people that actually understood us and understood the community for a change, because I guess as the first club in Rotterdam to really be hosting these communities, you also cannot expect to have an existing security company understanding these values, and we really tried to make them understand, but it was too hard, and creating something new together with these people that were actually part of the community was super inspiring to do. And so yeah, if you struggle with your security, just fix your own company.
Bien, pues vamos con el siguiente tema, que sería un poquito cómo gestionamos o cómo vemos desde los clubes la necesidad del consumo evidente de alcohol como elemento central de la viabilidad de los proyectos. Y no sé, ¿cómo lo valoráis o si lo valoráis de alguna forma?
Bueno, yo creo que en esta pregunta no hay duda que para nosotros no hay otra forma de subsistir sino con el alcohol, porque al final cuando contratas artistas, ¿no?, de un alto nivel con estos cachés que últimamente están rodando son inimaginables, desde mi punto de vista no veo otro punto que no sea comercializando el alcohol. Entonces para mí no me cabe otra manera de hacer el club que no es esta. Entonces sí que puedes implementar un poco más el precio de la entrada o subirlo. Creo que también la gente joven está consumiendo menos. Sí que eso sí que lo estamos notando. Por ejemplo, nosotros en el club, que no consume tanto como la gente mayor. Yo llevo 22 años en la noche y claro, los consumos no son igual cuando haces una fiesta para gente más mayor que para gente más joven. Yo creo que la gente joven sí que está un poco consumiendo menos en este caso. Y para nosotros lo que hemos hecho ha sido subir un poco más el precio de la entrada para la gente joven, que a ellos les viene perfecto. Eso con el público mayor no nos pasa, ¿no? Tienes que tener una entrada un poco más económica, pero luego en la barra sí que lo notas. Pero no creo que haya otra manera de hacer, de trabajar la noche, pues ya que no tenemos ayudas, como bien sabes, ¿no? Imagino que aquí os pasará lo mismo. Y la única ayuda que te puede llegar pues son por marcas de bebida y rappels que puedas cerrar durante el año para intentar bajar este precio del alcohol. Pero vamos, para mí no hay otra manera de subsistir.
Okay. The next question is about how do you feel about the necessity we have in clubs of selling alcohol and intoxicating people in such a way to make affordable the subsistence of the spaces.
Yeah, so it's actually, that's the way how we earn money. We sell alcohol, and that's the deal with the organizer. They take the ticket and pay their fees, and we take a bar money. Yeah, what you can say about that? We sell also weed, like CBD.
Yeah, I think it's part of a nightlife culture. So I think it's yeah. What can you do about it? You can promote that a lot of drinking is bad, obviously, and I think about promoting alcohol in general, we should not do it too often. But yeah, it's part of it, you know.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, we don't promote alcohol or anything, and if people are visibly intoxicated, we won't serve anymore. But yeah, I mean, if you need a beer to go and dance, then go have a beer and dance, you know. Yeah.
Vale, y la siguiente pregunta, que va un poco relacionada con esta, pero más con la financiación, digamos, directa, sería pues qué tipos de publicidad admitís, valoráis o os parecen que tienen cabida en vuestros clubes, por qué no.
Para mí no me gusta la publicidad de los clubs del alcohol, la verdad, no la comparto. Siempre intento negociar rappel para bajar el precio-coste, pero no me gusta hacer la típica fiesta que en el cartel sale la marca de la bebida o todo esto, o bueno, como he visto en otras fiestas que van, digamos, azafatas en la entrada con, con todo esto. Es que no lo comparto, es más, me niego a hacerlo. Pero bueno, es otra manera más de subsistir, ¿no? Ellos sí que abogan no porque haya mucha publicidad, pero nosotros no nos gusta vender más allá de lo que se ve detrás de la barra. Y apostamos un poco por esto. Intentamos que no sean fiestas temáticas con el alcohol, la verdad.
Okay, and for you, the next question is about which type of advert do you consider to have in the club? Which companies do you think are responsible or ethical for you to visualize in the space? Like we have Bifitter, I don't know. What do you think about that?
So that's probably will be specific of Berlin, and actually there are. But for me, it's very important to have the good products, and I always didn't want to earn more money, but I wanted to sell better products. So I have very good companies, and there is a system that the company is giving you back for everything what you sell. And they're giving like a specific, and there are like really nice projects like lemonades, which give for each sold bottle of lemonade 33 cents to back. So you get in the end of the year like 4,000 euro, which would be a promotion money, but you never need to put anything. And also, like if I do the event where, let's say we need a little bit more support, then I ask for 10 boxes or 20 boxes of beer, and they don't even ask to put it on the flyer. And they don't need it. And we have like Red Bull fridges. They don't have any. They made it for our place, so we have our logo on the fridge, not theirs. Yes. So it's this is like kind of burdens thing, I think. And yeah, mostly I like to promote local things. And when I have like because I'm coming from Lithuania, I have some Lithuanian drinks. And yeah, we have cannabis shots and also some cannabis lemonades, which are CBD based, and they really just people who don't drink alcohol. They make really kind of people feel more social, and like kind of the CBD drinks actually helps for people also feel good in the events where many people drink alcohol but they don't. And so we try to also establish more, not only alcohol community, and we are not so much in the techno scene, so we don't have so much, let's say, this never-ending parties, and so yeah, trying to deal with this, not really poisoning only people, but giving them an opportunity to feel nice with other substance, which is healing, not killing.
I think for us it works the same way. I think it's very important then when you decide to work with someone that your values are in line. Don't just go for the best brand that offers you the best deal, but also look behind it. I think, for instance, we decided very, clear that we don't want to work with Coca-Cola, but we decided to work with Fritz because we believe in what they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in general, I guess Fritz then is a big brand, but in general we chose for only local companies. So, and then local doesn't mean Heineken, because we're like Heineken is also, same story as Coca-Cola. So we're with this super tiny brewery from southern the Netherlands, which was our local beer, and also local lemonades and
coffees.
Just everything as close to us as possible, not only for sustainability matters, but also in general, because quite a lot of the big ass producers of alcohol, but also in general of beverage, just do have values that really do not align with the stuff we stand for.
Or invest money in things that are just very bad.
Yep. So support the small ones.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Ok, pues vamos con la siguiente parte. Y sería qué importancia tiene o qué papel cumple la precariedad a la hora de crear y mantener los clubes, en el sentido de horas de trabajo no pagadas, labores que al final se van ampliando, una persona toma la responsabilidad de hacer varias cosas, pero no está compartimentado, digamos, como un trabajo al uso, la naturalidad con la que eso se toma en la industria cultural muchas veces, como esto me interesa, entonces lo voy a hacer, y lo voy a hacer aunque sean 24 horas de trabajo seguidas. ¿Cómo veis eso?
Pues en mi caso, que llevo 20 años en esto, pues en los inicios sí que fue un poco así, ¿no? Hacemos un poco de todo todos, pero con los años, cuando te vas un poco ya profesionalizando, digamos que cuando tienes una empresa, yo tendré más o menos unas 90 personas en nómina. Esto a mí no me puede pasar, o sea, pero porque al final tenemos un equipo de recursos humanos donde está todo súper controlado y tal. Entonces, bajo mi punto de vista, no me cabe duda que ahora mismo no podemos hacer esto, ni queremos tampoco. O sea, si una persona la contratas para que sea staff, tiene que ser staff, camarero, Seguridad, DJ es DJ, no puedes tener al DJ como tenía hace 15 años, tenía al DJ y a lo mejor me estaba poniendo las luces a la vez que estaba pinchando. Entonces, yo creo que esto a un nivel más pequeño, un club pequeño o una fiesta más pequeña de que al final empiezan 4 colegas que se juntan, como fue mi caso, pues al final hacíamos todo de todo. O sea, si uno de los colegas estaba a la puerta vendiendo, luego pues vendiendo entradas. No os confundáis. Y pues a lo mejor estamos haciendo un poco de todo, pero bueno, al final yo creo que con los años, si te vas un poco profesionalizando, esto no tiene cabida, o sea, seguro.
Did you understand the question? No. Okay. It's about precarity and not paid hours of working in the beginning of the clubs or collectives or work because we think it's something I want to do, so I will do 24 hours and not paid. And how do you feel this situation that in many cases occur in cultural industries?
So probably this is a little bit of the statistic, and you have to know when you start something how much it will take to build up. Like festivals is about 4 years, you do minus till you get to 0, and or you have the money or you save the money in working. Like, so that's the rule. You can't be naive to imagine now I opened really great club and it's gonna earn millions of money. It's never happened. And till the people get to know you or whatever. And of course, for me, it was I didn't need to use anyone. So we were 2 people, 3 people who was responsible for their work. And I was working 19 hours a day, 7 days a week for 5 years till I got first burnout and then the second. And it's, but it is like you say, it's your baby. So you don't sleep, you don't eat, you just work and take care of it. So that's, but yeah, for me, every worker who came, then like when you get the money, then you can pay the people. You don't get the people to work for free. And then you pay the people. And now, knowing that it will take time, we would never expect that or make it a problem. Or this is the work you have to do. Or you have a lot of money. And that's, you have to, like, I mean, this is the business plan then. You know. So, and for now, as after like years, you can establish, you start to earn money, you get the people to work, and you get to do some other, or you start to invest into events. And but this is very specific finance department question. I could talk about that if you need.
Yeah, I guess in our case, the 2 of us basically wanted to just start this club within the already existing arcade, and we come from a community that was really underrepresented in Rotterdam, and we didn't have the money to build something. Hans, we did, and we just invested all of our time and love in it. And obviously you talk about this with your people, with your friends, you know, and then it was just super nice to see how this feeling was very mutual within other people. So we kind of did it together. And yes, in the beginning this was unpaid also for us, even because we also worked for this owner, you know, which was this white guy, but he let us do our thing. And yeah, at a certain point we actually were made successful, and we could hire all these people that helped us, and we could pay everyone. And I fought my ass off every week on the management meeting for higher pay, and we kind of made it work. But so yeah, I guess in the essence, having people working for free is it's not a good thing, but unless people really want to, you know, unless it's a community thing, and it's a community thing that people really want to create together, then yeah, of course, but never forced.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, amen.
Vale, pues vamos con la siguiente pregunta. Y va un poquito en torno a la sostenibilidad, pero en el sentido de si tenéis alguna línea de actuación dentro del club que implique un posicionamiento en torno al cuidado o prácticas de ecologismo, de reciclaje, no sé, desde, es que puede ser cualquier cosa, desde los productos que se consumen dentro del bar hasta la forma en la que se guardan todos los datos en la nube, lo que sea. O sea, si tenéis algún planteamiento específico, simplemente las cosas de buena urbanidad normales.
Pues está traduciendo como el culo, ¿no? En nuestro caso, llevamos 5 años haciendo una transición de plástico a retornable, igual que con todo lo que son envases de pajitas y todo esto ya no utilizamos nada, desde hará más o menos eso, 5 años. Y ahora mismo hemos instalado, por ejemplo, nosotros tenemos una terraza gigante, hemos instalado un par de fuentes para que la gente pueda tomar agua. O sea, aparte de, puedes coger tu mismo vaso de tu copa, que es retornable, y puedes beber agua de la fuente sin que tener que ir al baño a estar bebiendo del baño o comprando una botella de agua, aunque si ya nos evitamos un poco todo el plástico, sí que desde hace 5 años lo evitamos total. Este es un poco nuestro paso que hemos dado en el tema ecológico. A nivel ya infraestructura, pues todo lo que podemos. En Valencia hay mucho sol, ahora estamos un poco pensando en este cambio a placas solares, pero sí que es verdad que necesitamos mucha potencia en los fines de semana con todos los aires acondicionados, porque en Valencia aparte hace mucha calor y no hay noche que no tengamos que tener un aire acondicionado, entonces está siendo un poco complicado dar este paso, pero sí que es nuestro paso siguiente, ¿no? Intentar ahorrar la máxima luz posible, porque primero en facturas nos viene una locura de cada fin de semana que abrimos, y bueno, esperemos que en un tiempo pues podamos habilitarlo.
Okay, and for you, it's about the importance do you attack to ecological sustainability in developing and planning the systems and structures that support the club. If you have any specific line or just...
Yeah, so basically from the very beginning, as we found this place totally abandoned, it was just like 20 tons of trash. So we built everything from this trash, like all the cables and pulps and everything we found there. And we would just put it on. I have one of our light designer. He's the person who works really with recycling materials. We have all this like computer pallets, which is made for all the electronics. So he just found a factory who had like a huge amount of this trash, and they are all clean because they were produced with a mistake and they couldn't be any more used. So we have like all the lights made from like really recycled materials. And then I would like and also we try to work like I drive bicycle every day, and we have a cargo bike. We don't have any cars, or we also have what is interesting about then Berlin. There is this organization, I'm part of it, of the board, called the Club Commission, and they are for more than 27 years working for club culture. And there are 350 members, all the clubs, festival organizers, and all together represented by the Club Commission. And they have programs paid by the government, and one of is the sustainability program. And they go to the clubs and they check everything, and they say where you could do better. And then they say which lamp you could change to LED, and like which water, how water sink, like electricity contracts, everything. And this is what I wanted to say. Like the next questions will be also mostly that's the topics what Club Commission actually working on, and get the finances for the clubs to help to deal with this, or at least they give the information how to deal with it. So we are very well done and prepared for it in this way.
Yeah, to be fully honest, sustainability hasn't been our central focus in the past years. I think we didn't work with any plastic. For instance, we had these like hard cup systems to avoid plastic use, and also because we book a lot of international artists, so we always try to push trains. Like we don't work with cars, we don't work with drivers. we send everyone by train. I think that's also something that is very, very important for us. But yeah, besides, what do we do for sustainability?
I mean, also working with like the local brands and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
Yeah.
well, how do you say this? Like promoting like a green rider. Sometimes you get this rider from a booking agency, which is ridiculous. You have so much shit. You are like, not one person is gonna drink this on a night. You know, like buying excess stuff. It's ridiculous sometimes. So actively talking to promoters about this, like, hey, can you actually check with this artist if he's even
Can you choose?
drinking this?
Yeah,
Are they
yeah.
even consuming this? You know,
Yeah.
and then often, especially if you mention that you question it in a sense of sustainability, they are actually usually saying like, oh no, actually one bottle of wine is fine.
But if you
Or not
don't,
even.
they want it all, you know. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. But yeah, that's something that we do, like actively starting the conversation about it and questioning it. Like just not doing it, it's a different thing because then you have mad artists, and I can understand. But making the conversation about this openly, that definitely made a change, I guess. And yeah, other than that, yeah, as you were saying, there's a lot of other things that you can do, which we didn't. We bought a new sound system and we bought new lights and we love them. But yeah, now I guess
Actually,
moving on.
new is more sustainable.
Oh, okay, nice. We did something good then. No, but like moving forward, like we're actually going to organize our first festival upcoming year, and this is definitely something where we're going to look a lot more in how to sustainably produce something, especially because you don't do it within your own four walls. There's a lot of different measures that need to be taken, and there is definitely higher on our list than it has been before.
Ok, pues vamos ya con la última parte. Voy a juntar las dos últimas preguntas porque serían prácticamente para hablar de lo mismo. Y sería un poco qué opináis o qué opináis no, cómo explicaríais vuestros modelos de financiación, qué opináis de la financiación pública, de las instituciones, de vuestra relación con ellas, cómo sentís en torno a eso y un poquito vuestro plan.
Es un punto complicado. Nosotros no sabemos lo que es la financiación. Yo creo que la única ayuda que hemos tenido fue después del COVID, imagino que como vosotros. Y bueno, somos de los que lo hemos podido contar, porque pues teníamos un poco de hucha, pero el tema de la financiación es un tema bastante delicado para nosotros. Creo que no estábamos ni pensando en que esto pueda llegar a pasar, aunque la Generalitat Valenciana en este caso aporte algo para clubs, no creo ni para artistas ni para artistas de música para clubs, no me refiero, porque creo que somos un poco los olvidados, ¿no? En este caso no creo que ni para ellos seamos artistas, o sea, ni que produzcamos algo de interés común para ellos. Yo creo que somos un club de electrónica donde la gente va a beber y a drogarse, y dudo mucho que en un futuro pueda haber una unión entre clubs y organizaciones, ¿no? En este caso, por ejemplo, en Valencia lo que está pasando es que ellos hicieron una ley hace como unos 20 años que lo que te hace es como estás un poco castigado a que desaparezcan los clubs dentro de la ciudad. Para que te hagas una idea, o sea, hasta tal punto que lo que no quieren es que el club o el modelo de club esté dentro de la ciudad, igual que pues ahora mismo, no sé si aquí existen las zonas Salas, pero en Valencia y todo es como zona acústicamente saturada. Entonces, sí, esta es nuestra pelea. Nuestra pelea es como mantener tu club, pero hay una ley que, por ejemplo, no te obliga, no te deja hacer una reforma en tu club. O sea, tú puedes cambiar el decorado, pero tú no puedes insonorizar más de lo que ya lo tenías, o no puedes aumentar el sonido, o tienes que tener un limitador, como te comentaba antes. Digamos que cada día te lo ponen más complicado para que tú puedas tener un club en el centro de la ciudad. Entonces estás castigado a que el club se te caiga a trozos, porque no puedes hacer otra cosa. Entonces, esta ley, lo primero sería que cambiase esta ley y luego ya veríamos un punto de financiación. O sea, no entra ni en mi cabeza, vamos, esto.
Vale. And we will go with the last block of questions, and I will pack in one question. That is, what do you think about public financiation, and which models you usually use or you have in your clubs?
So yeah, in the beginning we were working with the so Panke had like this history, like 9 years getting no funding at all, but we were not even trying to apply. For me, I thought it's like diploma work in German. I would never manage that in being Lithuanian. So I forgot to like even this idea that we ever get some fundings. And then just to become a club commission member, I started to get on information, where can I apply? And actually for clubs in Germany to apply, it's very, very easy. It's like 300 symbols to write like what you are, and this I can do in German. So we've been applying after 9 years, and we get 2 times the Applause Prize, which is for the best program in Germany, and it's the biggest dotation in Germany, and it's a lot of money. We got like 50,000 euro to time, and most of this money is going, of course, then for our program and for our promoters and our organizers, because we need them to bring and to drink alcohol so that we can pay the rent. But anyway, so we've been also applying now for the last application we made with 10 organizers and applied as a festival, because the system of applying is when they give you money and you get back all the receipts, they can trust you and they give you money again. But if they don't know you, many people have no idea how to deal with the budgets, and they don't even think they need to take invoice or something, and then they have a huge problem. Then the government have to get money back, and of course the applicant have a huge problem to deal with this, that he didn't manage to deal with the application, and that's a big step for everyone who is trying to apply. So you know what you are doing. So I also, like, if I would build the budget, I would build it as simple as possible, so that you get all the invoices, and it's easy to say by blocks. Anyway, you get the entry money at the same time. So we got Corona time money, and in Corona time we became the most, like, I haven't been so rich before as in Corona time, and that was amazing to have all this money and being able to book really big artists and help every organizer, giving like thousands of euros to just book the headliner, and it works amazing. But of course it is again about the application, and this festival we apply with the 10 organizers, so each also would get 5,000 euro as it's not like you do one event, but you have like an injection of finances, and that's like maximum what we as a trustful applicant can do for the community, and let's see how it will gonna work.
I think in our case, when you try to have some certain artistic freedom, it's almost like crucial to apply for funding, because if you have to rely heavily on ticket sales, it's almost impossible to survive. You almost always need like a commercial.
A commercial goal, and we didn't want to have that.
We don't want to have that. So for the first couple of years, we really tried to, depend on ticket sales and bar sales, but also some merchandise. But in the past year, we really realized that if we want to have a future, and if we want to have a future for this community, then we need to start applying for government money, because it's out there and we deserve it. And so that's what we've been doing now, and it's going well. I think for our festival, our first 25,000 euros already got granted. So I think the upcoming year is gonna be a year with a lot of funding, and I think that's something that I'm very much looking forward to, because then we can actually do what we believe in without, and also we can take the risks that we want to take for
I
this.
guess, I guess now sometimes once a month we would book an artist that was maybe a little bit outside our niche zone that we love, but we just needed those nights to sell out fully and make sure that we had a certain crowd that would drink loads, and that's not necessarily the people that we really want to approach, but we needed them to hold up for the niche nights and the tiny community nights that we love the most. So, and it's also what you already said, in the beginning you might not even know what's possible. We also had no fucking clue. Also, but none of us ever run a club, so we were just trying out, playing around, and at a certain point you learn more and more. And last year we gained a lot of really important knowledge that there's actually a lot of fundings within the municipality to apply for.
There's a lot of money up for grabs if you know where to find it.
At a certain point we heard there's millions left on the shelf. You're like, what the fuck? So give those millions. No, it's not going to be millions, but
it's hard to find. So just try to find someone that has a lot of knowledge about this and that can help you with it, because then you can.
They hide it always.
I guess within every municipality there is this board where you can direct questions to. So also if you want to do something in your own city, just in the end, everything was on the municipality website of our city, So in the end, just try to find a contact person and ask questions. Because in the end, it's just that people didn't know. And people who don't know, they also didn't think about asking, So just ask. Maybe you will gain some valuable knowledge.
Ok, pues muchas gracias a todos y a todas.
Vale.
Thank you for coming. And if you want to do a final statement, or it's okay.
Yeah, I want to thank a lot Mariella and everyone who invited. It was such a pleasure, such an amazing city, food, wow, really a pleasure. I was there. Really. And thanks for speakers, for really nice conversations.
Vale, pues.
Thank you.
Pasamos a las preguntas ahora. ¿Queréis hacer preguntas? ¿No? Bueno, pues no sé, como veis. Eso sí. Venga, muchas gracias.
Gracias.